Hello everyone, myself Vibhu. Today I'm going to discuss about some of the science related MCQ questions which are taken from the light chapter, which basically belongs to CBSE syllabus as well as ICSE syllabus. This time CBSE and ICSE 10th student will be writing their semester exam. So that will be MCQ pattern examinations. So here are the some of the important questions I've taken from different sources. Okay, so let's see the first question. The angle of incidence for a ray of light having zero reflection angle is. Okay, so let us consider a surface XY, and this is the normal. Normal is the perpendicular line which is drawn on the surface. Okay, whenever the light ray incident at an angle, let me say that angle of incidence equals 0. Okay, it will reflect back with the same angle. Okay, so basically I can say that whenever the ray of light, incident ray, travels via normal, it will follow the same path after reflection. So here they have given r equals 0, then obviously I equals 0. Okay, according to the laws of reflection, the angle of incidence will be always equal to angle of reflection r. This is the first law of reflection. So the right answer for this question is option A, 0 degree. So whenever the light ray hit the surface via normal, then angle of incidence will be 0. Remember this. Okay. So the right answer for this question is option A. We'll move to the second question. For a real object, which of the following can produce a real image? Okay, option A, plane mirror, option B, concave mirror, option C, concave lens, option D, convex mirror. Okay, for example, let me take it as a mirror, concave mirror. Okay, one side is coated with silvery thing, and this is the principal axis. Okay, whenever you keep the object, okay, whenever you keep the object like this on the principal axis, okay, the incident light ray will come like this. Okay, after hitting the surface, it will bounce back like this. Okay, this is the reflected light ray. Okay, so now this is the point where the image formation will take place. I mean to say that it is based on the point where the object is placed. Okay, so now the right answer for this question is concave mirror. Okay, in the case of concave mirror, for an real object, a real image will be produced. So the right answer is option B. We'll move to the third question. Which of the following mirror is used by a dentist to examine a small cavity? Okay, the basically dentist will absorb or examine the teeth, okay, or internal part of the mouth generally. Okay, while doing so, they will use what kind of mirror? So basically they will use concave mirror. Okay, we can see the image here. Okay, so concave mirror will produce uh, virtual, erect and magnified image. When you bring the mirror closer to the object, I mean if you keep closer to the focus, so what will happen, it will give you the enlarged image, so where the dentist can clearly examine the decay part or cavity in the teeth of human. So generally they will use concave mirror. Okay, how about convex mirror? Convex mirror will be used as a rear view mirror in the vehicles, automobiles. Plane mirror is used in the houses for the dressing purpose, the while the shaving, or in the restroom, bathroom, or in the dressing mirror, we use plane mirrors. All right. So, but right answer for this question is concave mirror, because it will give you clear magnified image. All right, we'll move to the next question. Fourth one, an object at a distance of 30 centimeter. Object is placed at a distance of 30 centimeter. So object distance will be taken as U. U stands for object distance. From a concave mirror gets its image at the same point. Okay, they are saying V equals 30 centimeter. Okay, the focal length of the mirror is F equals question mark. Okay, remember, whenever you take the concave mirror, this is the principal axis and one side of the mirror will be coated with silvery paint. Okay, now for example, let me say that this is the object which is placed 30 centimeter from the pole of the mirror. Okay, this is the pole. Pole is the center part of the mirror. Remember, whenever you are measuring anything in the opposite direction of the incident light ray, remember always light will comes from the left side of the mirror or lens, whatever may be. So whenever you are measuring opposite to the direction of the light, incident light, we have to take the distances in the minus, so negative. Okay, the formula is, mirror formula, 1 by V plus 1 divided by U equals 1 divided by F. Okay, so now what is V here? 1 divided by minus 30 plus 1 divided by minus 30, U equals also minus 30, V equals minus 30, whole divided by, 1 divided by F here. Now what I can do is, the LCM is 30, correct? 30, what's the 30? 30 ones are, okay, minus 1, I'll take it as, because your minus is there. Okay, plus into minus, minus. Okay, 30, what's the 30? 30 ones are, okay, 1. So now what I can do is, both are having the same sign, minus, minus. So what we will do, we'll add minus 2 divided by 30 equals 1 divided by F, right? 2 ones are 2 15s are. So 1 divided by F equals 1 divided by 15, minus. So if you take the reciprocal, F equals minus 15 centimeter. Okay, the right answer for this question is option C, minus 15 centimeter. So focal length in this case will be minus 13 centimeter. Again here minus, because the focus is lying in this side. So while measuring from here to here, it will be minus 15 centimeter. Okay, whenever you are measuring in the direction of incident light, we have to take the measurement will be in minus or negative. We'll move to the next question. An object at a distance of 15 centimeter is slowly moved towards the pole of the convex mirror. The image will get. Okay, so remember, whenever you go bring or move the object closer to the convex mirror, so what will happen? So basically it will give you diminished and virtual image. Obviously our convex mirror will give you virtual image. So when you come closer and closer to the mirror, okay, the image will become diminished and obviously it will virtual. Okay, so the right answer is option D. Sixth one, a concave mirror of radius of curvature 30 centimeter. So radius of curvature is 30 centimeter, is placed in water. Its focal length in air or water differ by. Remember, so radius of curvature is the basic property or nature of the mirror. When you keep in the water media or the air media, it is not going to change, right? So here water or air media will not affect the focal length of the given mirror. So what is focal length? Focal length can be defined as the half of the radius of curvature. Okay, here the radius of curvature is 30 centimeter and divided by 2, 2 ones are 2 15s are. So the answer is 15 centimeter. So option A is the right answer for this question. Okay, 15 centimeter. So remember, the focal length is does not depend on the surrounding. It is depends on the radius of curvature of a given mirror. Seventh one, as light travels from rarer to a denser medium, it will have. Okay, so let us consider one surface here. Just imagine this is the top layer of the water. So this is basically contain water here. Let me say that this is the denser medium and this is the rarer medium. Okay, rarer medium, air medium. So this is the normal. Normal is the perpendicular line which is drawn on the surface. So which will give us the idea or where we can examine the incident light ray, reflected light ray, refracted light ray. All right. Now what will happen? According to the question, now the light travels from the rarer medium to the denser medium. So what will happen? It will, for example, it will bend towards the normal. This is called angle of refraction. This is the angle of incidence I. Okay, remember, whenever the light travels from the rarer medium to denser medium, the denser means where the speed of light will be reduced. So here we have to remember, so there is a decrease in the velocity. Decreased velocity will happen because when the light travels from rarer to denser media, speed or velocity will be reduced. When the velocity reduced, obviously its wavelength will be reduced. Okay, so the right answer for this question is option D. Here both B and C, whenever the light travels from a rarer medium to denser medium, okay, its speed as well as wavelength will be changed. But remember, the frequency will remains the same. Okay, all right. So the right answer for this question is option D, both B and C. Eighth question, the angle of incidence I and refraction R are equal in a transparent slab when the value of I is, okay, let us say that this is the glass slab, okay, P, Q, R, S is a rectangular glass slab and this is the normal, okay. So now what they are saying is the angle of incidence is I and refraction also R. They are saying both angle of incidence will be equal to angle of refraction, it seems. So now what will happen? This is the incident light ray which is coming via normal. Whenever the light ray traveling via normal, it will go undeviated. It will go in the same path via normal only. So here the angle of incidence equal to 0. Then obviously angle of refraction will be also equal to 0. So the right answer for this question is option A, 0 degree. So obviously light must come with the angle of 0 degree. Next question, the refractive index of transparent medium greater than 1 because option A, speed of light in vacuum is less than speed of light in transparent medium. Remember, light is a energy which can travel fastest in this nature, I mean in the vacuum. Okay, it is the only energy source of energy which can travel fastest in this nature. So basically that is a vacuum, right? So the speed of light will be, taken as 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So this is the highest speed of light in the vacuum. But they are saying according to the first option, it is in the vacuum, it is less than the transparent medium. So it is wrong. And option B says the speed of light in vacuum is greater than the speed of light in the transparent media. Obviously, yes, right? So it will be always greater in vacuum. Option C says that speed of light in vacuum is equal to speed of light in transparent medium. That is wrong. Option D, the frequency of light wave changes when it moves from rarer to denser medium. No. As I told in the previous question, the frequency of a light will always remains the same, and frequency depends on the source of the light, from where the light comes. Okay, it does not depend on the either it is rarer medium, either it is denser medium. Okay. So the right answer for this question is speed of light in vacuum is greater than speed of light in transparent medium. Okay, option B is the right answer for this question. Next one, the refractive index of water is 1.33. So refractive index equals 1.33. And remember, the refractive index is a physical quantity which does not have any units. So refractive index is basically a unitless physical quantity. And the speed of light in water will be. Okay, so they are asking what is the speed of light in vacuum? I mean, water media. Okay, so but the formula is mu equals C divided by V. Okay, so but we have to find it out. V equals C divided by mu. But we already know that the value of C, speed of light, is represented with C. C is 3 into 10 to the power 8 whole divided by 1.33. So now what I will do is, so here V equals 3 into 10 to the power 8 whole divided by 1.33. We'll multiply both numerator and denominator by 100. So what will happen? V equals 300 into 10 to the power 8 whole divided by 133. Right? So why we have multiplied here with 100? Just for the simplification purpose, or to just shift this, the decimal point. Okay, 133 ones are, okay. Next, 133 twos are 266. So 300 minus 266 is basically 34, right? All right. Next one, remember, okay. So 133 watts are, here 34 will come. So basically what I can do is, again 133 threes are, if you put one dot here and if you make 340, 133 threes are 399. But we know that 133 twos are, okay, 266, right? So our answer is almost closer to the option C, that is 2.26, right? And obviously here 10 to the power 8 still remains the same. So I can take it out, 10 to the power 8 meter per seconds. So the right answer for this question is option C. Whenever doing the numericals, we can't get the exact answer sometime. So we have to check the closest answer. So here 2.2 as I'm getting. So option C also 2.2 is there. So I can choose that. So the 2.26 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second is the right answer for this question. Okay, all right, option C. Next question, 11th one. You are given three media A, B, C of refractive index 1.3. So A equals 1.33. As we discussed earlier, refractive index doesn't have any SI units. And B equals 1.65 and C equals 1.46. Remember, refractive index is inversely proportional to the speed of light in the medium. If the refractive index increases, the speed will be decreased. But here they are asking light will travel fastest is. So remember, if the refractive index reduces, the speed of the light will increases. Here, which is the smallest value? That is 1.3, right? Out of A, B, C, 1.33 is the smallest, right? So here the refractive index is 1.33. So obviously the speed of light will be more here in 1.33, right? So the right answer for this question is option A. And we have to remember, refractive index decreases, the speed of light will be increased. So option A. 12th one, a divergent lens will produce. Okay, which is the divergent lens? There are two lenses are there in our syllabus we generally discuss. One is convex lens, another one is concave lens. Okay, convex lens will be considered as a converging lens. Okay, and the concave lens is considered as a diverging lens. And convex lens will always produce a real image, and a concave lens will produce a virtual image. So the right answer for this question is option B, always virtual image. 13th one, when object moves closer to convex lens, the image formed by it shift. Option A, away from the lens. Option B, towards the lens. Option C, first towards and then away from the lens. Option D, first away and then towards the lens. So here I have attached one image. So we can see that initially object here at 1 and image formed here, which is closer to the lens, basically, correct? Next, what I will do, I'll shift the object to the point 2. So where the image is moving away from the lens. 3, it is furthermore moving. 4, 5, right? So what will happen in the convex lens when the object moves closer and closer, the image is moving far away from the lens. So the right answer for this question is option A. It will always move away from the lens. The right answer is option A. 14th one, when object moves closer to a concave lens, the image by it shifts. When comes to the concave lens, the image formed by the object, when it is coming closer and closer, it will come closer to towards the lens. Remember it, exactly opposite of the convex lens. So the right answer is option B. It will come towards the lens. When the object coming closer to the lens, even the image is also coming towards the lens only. 15th one, the magnification produced by a rear view mirror fitted in vehicles. So here, what is the meaning of rear view mirror? That everyone are observed this in our daily life, right? In the scooter, car, lorry, whatever the automobiles, vehicles are there, where generally will be having the 3 mirrors. One is in the closer to the driver, one is near the steering, another one is in the left side of the driver, right? These 3 mirrors will make sure the traffic behind the vehicle, right? So where the driver can make sure is safety driving. So rear view mirror, whichever fitted in the vehicle, will be used as a convex mirror. Remember it. This is the one of the major use of the convex mirror. Convex mirror will give you virtual erect image always, and whose magnification will be always less than 1. Remember it. So the right answer for this question is option A, is less than 1. And come to the concave mirror, which will be more than 1, which is used by the dentist, as we discussed in the earlier question, right? So why we will use convex mirror, which will give you the wider image and erect virtual image. So where it will makes the driver or make sure the driver for the safety driving. All right. Okay. So right answer is option A, less than 1. 16th one, in torches, searchlight and headlights of vehicle, the bulb is placed, fixed. Option A, between the pole and focus of the reflector. Option B, very near to the focus of the reflector. Option C, between the focus and center of curvature of the reflector. Option D, at the center of curvature of the reflector. So the right answer for this question is very near to the focus of the reflector. So what will happen whenever the light falls on it, it will make sure that whenever the light falls on the focus, I mean incident light ray, so after reflection, it will go parallel to the principal axis. So when the light travels parallel, so it will go for longer distance. When it is travel longer distance, where the person or the whoever may be, they can see the longer distance objects or enemies, whatever may be. Is it right? So when you keep the torch, searchlight and headlights of a vehicle of the bulb closer to the focus, so whatever the light falls on it, it will make sure that after reflection, it will allow the light to travel parallel to the principal axis. So the right answer is option B, very near to the focus of the reflector. Okay. 17th one, the loss of reflection holds good for a plane mirror only. Option B, concave mirror only. Option B, convex mirror only. Option D, all mirror irrespective of their shape, right? So the right answer for this is option D, all mirrors irrespective of their shape. What are the two laws of reflection? The first law says that angle of incidence will be always equal to angle of reflection. And second law says that incident ray, reflected ray, and normal or point of incidence, all will be at the same plane. Okay, this is the second laws of reflection. Okay, so very important we have to remember, and these two laws will be applicable for all kind of mirrors irrespective of their shape, size, whatever may be. Option D is the right answer. 18th one, if an incident ray passes through the focus, the reflected ray will be. So what I will do, I'll take a concave mirror, principal axis. So one side of the mirror is obviously coated with silvery paint. So now what will happen? Incident light ray will passes via focus here. So let me call it as a focus. After reflection, look here, the reflected light ray go parallel to the principal axis. Whenever the light ray passes via focus, okay, after reflection, it will go parallel to the principal axis. So right answer for this question is B, parallel to the principal axis. Option B. 19th one, the magnifying power of a concave lens is. So the answer is option B, less than 1. Convex lens will be greater than 1. Remember this. 20th question. The deviation of light ray from its path when it's travel from one transparent medium to another transparent medium is called option A, reflection, option B, refraction, option D, diffraction, option D is scattering, option C is dispersion. All right. So now what I will do, I'll take one transparent medium. Let me say that below XY is water surface is there. Above the XY air medium is there. Let me say that this is the rarer medium and this is the denser medium. And this is the normal. Now what will happen? Let me say that this is the incident light ray, which is making an angle of I. We will call it as the angle of incidence. Whenever the light ray travels from rarer media to denser media, as we discussed earlier, whose speed will be going to be reduced. So this is R. We can see here the refracted light ray is moved closer to the towards the normal. If there is no XY, the light would have gone in the straight line, right? Because light will always travels in a straight line. But because of the denser medium, the refracted ray will be shifted or bended towards the normal. The process of bending or deviation in the light ray while traveling from one medium to another medium is called refraction. Option B. Okay, so we can say that whenever the light ray travels from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, there is a change in the path of the light. This change, whatever we call as refraction. What is reflection? Reflection is the process of bouncing back of the light to the same medium. See, this is the incident light ray. It will hit with angle I. It will reflect back with angle R. So the process of bouncing back of the light to the same medium after hitting is some plain smooth surface. Option D, dispersion. So what is dispersion? Dispersion, I can say that A, B, and C is a prism. Whenever the white light passes through the prism, okay, first it will get scattered, refracted here. Then what will happen? It is going to split up into 7 constant colors. Okay, the process of splitting of white light into its 7 component colors is called dispersion. This is the artificially done. If you want to see the natural one, I can give you the example as rainbow. Whenever the light passes through the atmospheric rain droplets, each and every rain droplet will act like a prism. So where the white light is going to split up into its component colors. That process is called dispersion. The example is rainbow formation. Next, come to option D, scattering. Scattering is one of the important phenomenon will occur in the nature. Whenever the white light passes through the atmosphere or any color of light. Okay, so because of the atmospheric constituent like dust particles, water molecules, or any other air molecules will makes the lights to scatter or split up. Okay, so that process is called scattering. Okay, all right. So, but right answer for this question is option B. 21st one, the focal length of a concave mirror is. See here, I'll take the concave mirror and this is the principal axis. Now what will happen? This is the center of curvature and this is the focus. And from here to here, let me say that 30 centimeter. And this is the pole of the mirror. Pole is the center part of the mirror. Okay, now if I say that focus is formed here and the distance between the focus and the pole of the mirror, we will call it as a small f, that is focal length, right? And this is the concave mirror, is it right? Okay, all right. So now, as I told earlier, if you are measuring anything towards the left, generally light will comes from the left side of the mirror, is it right? Yes. Whenever you are measuring opposite to the direction of the light, okay, we have to take it as a negative. So as I told, the focus is formed here and distance between the pole and focus will be call it as a focal length, right? So the right answer for this question is negative. The focal length or focus, radius of curvature, object distance, everything will be taken as negative. 22nd one, a point object is placed at a distance of 20 centimeter from a convex mirror. of focal length 20 centimeter. Okay. The image will format. What is the image distance? So let me say that. So convex mirror, principal axis. The object is somewhere placed here, it seems. Okay, let it be no problem. Let me call it as a XY. Okay, and the distance from here to here is 20 centimeter. Okay, so U equals minus 20 centimeter. And how about the focal length? Focal length will come here somewhere here. So from here to here is 20 centimeter. Whenever you are measuring in the along the direction of the light, this is the direction of the light, right? Light will comes from this side. Is it right? So you are measuring along the direction of the light. We have to take it as a positive. So what is the formula? Mirror formula: 1 divided by F equals 1 divided by V plus 1 divided by U. But here what is F? 1 divided by 20 equals 1 divided by V plus 1 divided by minus 20. So what we have to do, we have to take this one this side. So 1 divided by V equals 1 divided by 20, and this minus 20 when shifted to this side, so it will become plus 20, right? So now LCM is 20. 20 what's the 20? 20 ones are 20 what's the 20? 20 ones are 1 ones are 1 plus 1 ones are 1. So basically 2 divided by 10. I mean, sorry, 20. So 2 ones are 2 tens are. So now what I will say that 1 divided by V equals 1 divided by 10. But V equals what? 10 centimeter. And here we can see that it is plus. So definitely the image formed somewhere here. Correct? Is it right? Because it is plus. So then what I can say that it is behind in the mirror. Option D. 23rd one. When light falls on a smooth polished surface, most of it, option A, is reflected in the same direction, is reflected in different direction. Option C is scattered. Option D is refracted into second medium. So here scattering will not happen. Okay, it won't refract here. And when come to this, this is a smooth surface. So incident light ray, refracted light ray, incident, reflected, incident, reflected, incident, reflected, incident, reflected light ray. Okay, and here is a normal. So the right, and we will call it as a regular reflection. Now what we'll do here, so the right answer for this question is reflected in the same direction. Okay, surface XY. So the right answer for this question is option A. 24th one. Image formed by reflection from a plane mirror is. So now here plane mirror means here we can see the image. The person is standing in front of the mirror. So here we can see that his right eye is here, but in the image it is his left eye, right? And the right answer is option B, virtual and erect. Correct? So this is the best example, and we have experienced in our houses also. If you go and stand here, here in the right hand is there, but in the image it will be left. So it will be virtual and erect. 25th one. A child is standing in front of a magic mirror. She finds the image of her head bigger, the middle portion of her body of the same size and that of the legs are smaller. The following is the order of combination for the magic mirror from the top. Plane, convex, concave. Option B, convex, concave, plane. Option C, concave, plane, convex. Option D, convex, plane, and concave. So as we discussed earlier, the concave mirror will give you magnified, enlarged image. So here they are saying that head looks bigger. So basically it is enlarged. Enlarged is because of the concave mirror. And her body portion remains the same. It will happen in the plane mirror, remember. And legs look smaller, where the convex mirror will give the diminished, okay, smaller images. So the here also in the option B, it is convex, concave, plane. Option A also saying plane, convex, concave. But according to the question, orderly answer is first one is concave because it will give you enlarged. Plane, it will give you the as it is. Convex, it will give you the diminished or smaller images. Option C. 26th one, in which of the following the image of an object placed at infinity will be highly diminished and point sized? Option E, concave mirror only. Option B, convex mirror only. Option C, convex lens only. Option D, concave mirror, concave lens, and convex lens. So here we have to remember one important thing. Whenever you keep the object at infinity or very far away from the mirror or lens, whatever the image formed will be always highly diminished. It is for all and it is point sized. Point sized means, for example, this is the object and image formed will be here. It is very small, like a dot. That's what the point sized. So the right answer for this question is concave mirror, concave lens, and convex lens. In all the cases, whenever the object is at infinity, the image formed will be, okay, point sized. Let me say that this is the object and this is the image. Option D. 27th one, the path of a ray of light coming from a air passing through a rectangular glass slab traced by 4 students are shown as A, B, C, and D in the figure. Which one of them is correct? Option A, light is going straight, right? There is no refraction, there is no change in the path of the light. So we already know that whenever the light travels from rarer to denser media, there is a change in the path of the light. So it is not possible. And option C, you can see here, the light is travel from rarer to denser. There is no change in the path of the light. Okay, and here the light travels from rarer to denser. There is a bend. Again from denser to rarer, there is no change. So we can't take the option D, right? But in the option B, you can see here, this is the normal. Whenever the light travels from rarer to denser, it will bend towards the normal. Is it right? And again, whenever the light travels from denser to rarer media, it will bend away from the normal. Is it right? So this we have studied while in lateral shift, while discussing about the lateral shift. So this is the right answer. Okay, option B. Option B itself is B. And remember, if you extend this light, this incident light and this emergent light, this is called emergent light, both will be parallel. That is very important. Okay, all right. 28th one, which of the following ray diagram is correct for the ray of light incident on a concave mirror as shown in the figure? Whenever the incident light ray coming parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, it will go via focus. This is one of the important rule we have to remember while studying ray diagram. Whenever the light ray coming parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, it will go via focus. So here it is not gone via focus. Here it is going via Center of curvature, wrong. Here it is following the same path of incident light. That is wrong. Here in the option D, it is passes via focus. So we can say that option D and figure D is the right answer for this question. 29th, the distance between the optical center and the point of convergence is called focal length. In which of the following cases? See here, option A, incident light ray, which are coming parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, they are passing at same point, but it is not formed on the principal axis. So this is wrong. And here, this is also all same diagram only. Here also they are not forming on the focal, principal axis. Here they are forming on the principal axis, and this point is called focus of the lens, and from here to here we will call it as a focal length. Okay, and this point is called as optical center. Optical center is the center part of the lens. The distance between the optical center and focus of the lens is called focal length, which is represented with small f and which will be measured in the SI unit of meter. And in the option D, what is happening? It is formed above the principal axis. This is wrong. So the right answer for this question is option C. All right. So thank you very much. Kindly subscribe my channel. Share with your friends, relatives. If you have any feedback, you can post it here. Okay, so definitely I will update it in my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. All the best.